Aging well is my favorite subject. So today's video is about looking after crepey skin. Are you noticing very fragile skin? Certainly your neck, certainly upper arms, hands, much more fragile. At 67, I've been spending the last 10 years really looking after my face. And I've developed a morning and an evening skincare routine, I'll link them above, that has worked for me. But it's really over the last little while that I've started to focus on the full body routine. I'm a realist. I know that I can't eradicate crepey skin. I know I'm not going to stop it. But I do think that I can maybe slow down the rate of degradation with really good skincare in the way I have successfully done for my face. So here's what I'm doing for my body in 2026. How good are you about applying sunscreen to your hands when you're driving? Or to your exposed arms and legs when you're wearing a short sleeve shirt and a pair of shorts and you've gone for a really long walk? But are you really good about reapplying to exposed areas of your body during the day? I know. I have to remind myself too. Maybe keeping a tube of sunscreen at the front door before you exit will help you. And even if you only put it on the backs of your hands, the best sunscreen is the one you use. I'm sure you've heard that before. But I thought I'd share with you my two favorites. So effective, so inexpensive, and so pleasant on my skin. I don't like sunscreen that is greasy. So I discovered this Banana Boat Light as Air. It's very reasonably priced. Of course, everything I'm going to speak about during this video will be linked in the description box below. It's very light. It's SPF 50. It feels more like a moisturizer than a sunscreen. And this one has a slight tropical, it'll remind you of tropical, maybe a little fruity fragrance. And if that's not for you, they also do another one. Again, Banana Boat, same reasonable price, also SPF 50. This one is dermatologist and pediatrician approved and is fragrance free, has no fragrance whatsoever, and is equally as luxurious to apply and non-sticky as this one. So really, it's whichever you prefer. I am not a doctor, I am not a dermatologist, I am not an expert. I am simply recommending to you what I like to use, what I found affordable. One little note about application. When you think you've put on too much, you've probably put on just enough. I know that you moisturize your face in the morning and before you go to sleep. And you might even be using two different moisturizers. So it's only fair to ask, do you moisturize your body twice a day? Good question, huh? So, as with all moisturizers, all serums, everything we apply to our skin, it's most effective to apply something to damp skin. Damp skin is much better about absorbing product. So, the best time to apply a body moisturizer is when you've just come out of the shower. If you leave your skin just a little bit damp and then apply your moisturizer, you will be so happy that you did. Now, my favorite moisturizer that I apply after the shower is this one by Necessaire. And I love it because it's very luxurious. It's a really beautiful, rich, almost decadent moisturizer, if you can imagine such a thing. and it's fragrance free. So during the day, I like to apply a fragrance free body moisturizer because I then want to apply perfume and I don't want my moisturizer to conflict with my perfume. The moisturizer that I love to apply at bedtime, which is the second time I moisturize my full body, is this Alpha Skincare with 12% glycolic acid. I love this. It has a gentle hydration as well as exfoliation because of the glycolic acid. If you've enjoyed the video so far, please give it a like. And if you enjoy more videos on the subject of aging well and living life to the fullest, please subscribe to the channel. We would love to have you. There's also possibly a hype button underneath the video. And if you notice it and you've enjoyed the video, please give us a hype. We'd be so very appreciative. Thanks so much for watching. What do you do to look after your hands? I'm sure you've noticed, like I have, how much more fragile the skin is on our hands. Some people say, yeah, the face might look great, but look at the hands and that will give away how old that person is. Well, it's probably true. For me, there are a couple of golden rules I would never break. The first is I never put my hands in water to do the washing up of the dishes without plastic gloves. Ever. I would never wash dishes without plastic gloves. And it's become quite a family phenomenon. My daughter, when she visits her boyfriend's family, carries her own plastic gloves because she noticed that in his family, they don't tend to use plastic gloves. It is so important. It's something that you will get used to if the idea of plastic gloves is brand new to you. They protect your hands. Protection is the first gate to looking after your hands. The second is moisturizing every time, repeatedly, many times during the day, if you can. Anytime I wash my hands, I reach for moisturizer. I keep this little beauty. It's an old classic, Neutrogena. You've seen this before, I am sure. I can't even imagine how long I've been using this hand cream or how long I've been carrying it in my bag with me. I love it because it is never greasy. It seems to absorb immediately. It's because the active ingredient is glycerin, which is also a humectant. So drawing water from the deeper skin into the outer layer of the skin. It's beautiful, it's reasonably priced, it's effective, it's my favorite. The second that I think is also a beautiful hand cream, CeraVe has always been a brand that I've found to be so reliable. It's also fragrance-free, as this one was too. They're both fragrance-free. It has ceramides and hyaluronic acid and niacinamide, those wonderful essential ceramides that you want to have in a moisturizer, which this does not. And finally, this is the hand cream that I use at night. This is by Necessaire, and it's the expensive one of the three. It has 0.25% retinol, 5% AHA, and 10 different peptides. The one I use before I go to bed. At first, I wasn't convinced. I thought, well, I put tretinoin on my hands as part of my night skincare routine. That'll be fine. And then I decided to dig deep and buy this moisturizer. I really do enjoy using it. And I really do believe that my hands are happy now that I've made this change. I've been very happy with the results I've seen over quite a few years now, using an LED mask on my face. And I show you that in the morning routine. So it just made sense that I would begin to use an LED mask specifically designed for my neck. And thank you, Current Body, who sent me this lovely LED mask to use on my neck. And I have been enjoying its use. I am confident that I will see the same benefits to my neck using LED, particularly this one from Current Body, as I've experienced in the past using LED on my face. It's only 10 minutes, the same amount of time I used for my face mask, so I put them on simultaneously. I find it's easy and comfortable and effective. I do have a discount code if you're interested in the Current Body Neck Series 2 LED mask. I'll put that up on the screen. I use my masks every single day. There's no question that this technology is expensive, but because I use it every single day, the price I've paid amortizes very quickly. It's important to be consistent. I believe in red light technology. It is an FDA cleared technology. This particular Current Body mask has red and near infrared light for advanced anti-aging for your neck and chest. I love it. I will use it consistently. I find it's very easy. They have this is the turn on and off gadget, but it also has a clip, making it so easy you can pop it on your waist and walk around the room wearing the neck and chest mask, which I often do. I often water the plants while I'm doing this 10-minute routine. I love it. Thank you, Current Body. Once again, I'll put the discount code on the screen for you to enjoy. Cleansing our bodies, I've learned, is a somewhat controversial subject. Who knew? The questions are, how often do you shower? And how hot is the water that you use to shower? My husband and I have decided that we are going to shower less often than we did when we were younger. We learned that we perspire less and that our skin is much more fragile. And we've adjusted the temperature of the shower. I love a really hot shower, but I've learned the benefits of not having a super hot shower. Hot water is actually really drying to our skin, but also applying a cold blast, really cold, at the end of a moderate temperature shower is good for the skin and good for circulation. Cold water causes the blood vessels near the skin to constrict and then reopen once you warm up again. This vascular workout can leave you feeling more awake, more energized. Personally, I like the feeling. And for your hair, it can make the hair strands lay flatter, which makes the hair appear shinier. You may consider using a cold blast at the end of a somewhat cooler shower. Let me know if you give this little tip a try. Your skin, we think about using a gentle cleanser with special actives for our face, so it makes sense to think along the same lines for our body. That we love Necessaire body wash in the scent eucalyptus. We love it because it has niacinamide and vitamin C and vitamin E, as well as omega-6 and 9. These nourish the skin, and our skin needs nourishing. My husband loves the scent. I tend not to use this though on the days when I'm going to wear perfume. So I have an alternative that also lives in the shower, and that is my trusty CeraVe. I love this body wash. It has salicylic acid in it, so it has this lovely, gentle exfoliation, as well as some essential ceramides. It's just a beautiful, unscented body wash. I exfoliate my face regularly, and I hope you do too. It's really healthy to remove the outer dead skin cells to allow our skin to breathe and to allow it to be nourished by the serums that we're applying to our face. And so, of course, I believe it's healthy to exfoliate all of the skin on our bodies as well. I exfoliate before I self-tan. And even if I'm not self-tanning, I exfoliate my body once a week. And I love the Necessaire exfoliator. This is a combined chemical and physical exfoliant. By physical, I mean that it has a bit of a sandy, a very, very gentle, sandy sort of quality to it. I find it's a very pleasant experience. Come out of the shower and I feel my skin is baby soft. For those of you that don't enjoy a physical exfoliant, I've also listed down below a chemical only exfoliant by Paula's Choice, which I love. I think it's a beautiful chemical only exfoliant, and I find it's extremely effective and reasonably priced. Self-tanner will not be for everyone. I find it gives me a healthy glow, so I use a product on my face, and I have a couple of products to recommend for when I'm self-tanning my body. I find that it gives me, particularly in my arms, a bit of muscle definition. This is not sponsored by this product, but my favorite brand is Saint-Tropez. But for me, it is the most effective, reliable product, and I've now used it for years. So I'll begin with my face. I will use this lovely little jewel of a spray. It's called Self-Tan Purity. Here's the little bottle. So I will do my morning skincare, and then I will give myself a little spray with my eyes closed, and I'll do my neck as well. And I find that if I do that a few days a week, I'll have this kind of slightly tanned face. I'm not wearing any foundation today. This is actually the color of my skin. So it gives you an idea that it gives me a little bit of a tanned face. Love this product. Don't find it has an unpleasant smell or an unpleasant feel. It just dissipates so quickly, I forget about it. Then, so far as my body is concerned, I have two different Saint-Tropez products that I use, and they each have their benefits. The first is called Saint-Tropez Self-Tan Express. It's in a foam, they call it bronzing mousse, but basically it's a foam. I apply it to a mitt. I put a few dollops of foam, and in my underwear, I will apply it all over my body, my shoulder, and I do as much of my back as I can. And you shower off, if you only want a light tan, after 1 hour. There's another one, which is the Self-Tan Classic. This one, I find you don't shower off until you've had it on for 8 hours. And for some reason, I find that less convenient. So I tend to use this one a little less often. Saint-Tropez has been for years my favorite brand of self-tanner. That's it for me. Thank you as always for watching. Please, should you have any questions or comments, pop them down in the comment section below. I do try to answer every single question as they appear on the stream. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're beginning to experience a change of season and that is making you happy. Get up, get dressed, be happy. Can't wait to see you next time. Bye-bye.